There's a lot of free resume builders out there, but which ones pass the ATS, save you time, have no hidden fees, and actually have the features that'll help you land the job? In this video, we're gonna cover 7 resume builders and give you a good guidance on which one to pick in what situation. All right, let's dive in. The number 1 resume builder that I recommend is Teal, and here's why. It's not just a resume builder, it's a complete job search system. Every other tool on this list does one thing pretty well, but Teal does everything you actually need in one place. And unlike most of the so-called free tools out there, you can actually use Teal for free forever. Now, let me be specific. With Teal, you get unlimited resume builds and unlimited downloads. No watermarks, no credit card required, no fine print that says, just kidding, you can only download 3 times total. And when you're ready to download, you get a clean ATS optimized PDF. And that's the format most employers prefer anyway, and it ensures your formatting stays exactly as you designed it. Other tools limit you to just a few downloads total, add their branding to your resume, or let you export unformatted text files. With Teal, you can build as many resumes as you want and download them all completely for free. But here's where it gets really powerful: the master resume feature. Think of it like this. You'll have one central document with everything you've ever done. All your experience, all your skills, every achievement. It's your complete career story in one place. Then when you're applying to a specific job, you can just check and uncheck all the content that you want to use to tailor a resume. If you need to emphasize project management experience, just check those bullets. If you're applying to a more technical role, then you can swap out different skills for that particular job in just one click. And this is where my hiring manager perspective kicks in. I can tell within 5 seconds if someone sent me a generic resume. I've seen thousands of them. And when you blast out the same resume to every company, it shows. But when your resume is tailored to the specific role I'm hiring for, that immediately moves you to the top of the pile. Teal makes tailoring effortless. No more juggling file names like resume_final v3 realfinal.docx. Everything updates in one place, and you manage multiple versions without losing your mind. No more wrangling files and looking all over. It's all in one place. Now let's talk about ease of use. Teal has a clean, intuitive interface. You can import your LinkedIn profile or use an existing resume to get started. It imports in seconds. Or you can build it from scratch if you'd like with guided sections. Most people can have a complete polished resume in under 15 minutes. For customization, Teal gives you multiple ATS-friendly templates to choose from. You can adjust font, color, spacing to match your personal brand while keeping the format optimized for applicant tracking systems. Those are the ATSs. It's the right balance, enough flexibility to stand out and structured enough to make sure you pass any ATS issues. Let's walk through some of the other features that make this the complete job search system. First, you have unified templating. Your resume and cover letter are going to match automatically. You're not piecing together different designs from different tools. It all looks cohesive and professional without any extra effort. Second is the AI-powered content generation. You can generate bullet points, professional summaries, even full cover letters. The free version gives you 5 AI generations, and if you upgrade to Teal Plus, it's unlimited. That's 6 distinct tools: AI bullet point generator, professional summary generator, cover letter generator, job matching, a resume checker, and a keyword scanner, all powered by AI. Third is the ATS-friendly templates. These are all built to actually parse correctly in applicant tracking systems. Your resume won't turn into gibberish when it hits the ATS. If the ATS is still a complex topic for you, I suggest you watch these videos we recently published with everything you need to know about ATS systems. Fourth is integrations with job boards and a built-in job board. You can save from over 50 different job boards using Teal's Chrome extension. Then you can track every application, where you applied, when, and what stage you're at, all in one dashboard. Fifth is resume scoring and job alignment. Paste in a job description, or the Chrome extension will pull it in automatically for you, and Teal shows you how well your resume matches to that specific job posting. And sixth is keyword matching. Teal highlights exactly which keywords and terms you should include and have in your resume to make sure it stands out. The free version shows you the top 5 hard skills, and Teal Plus unlocks the full keyword insights. So what does this actually cost? The free tier includes unlimited resumes, unlimited PDF downloads, unlimited job tracking, basic AI with 5 generations, and those top 5 keywords for any job you paste in. If you want premium features, unlimited AI, full keyword matching, and advanced analysis, and no ads in the platform, Teal is $13 per week, $29 every month, or $79 every 3 months. So who is Teal best for? It's for serious job seekers applying to multiple roles. People who want one tool instead of juggling 5. Anyone who's tired of tools that promise free and then hit you with a paywall at every turn. And that's why Teal is number 1. It's the only tool on this list that treats your entire job search like a system and not just a one-time resume export. You can even keep using the master resume once you land your new job to log achievements, and you can download and do that for free forever. Now, what if ATS optimization is literally your only concern? This is where number 2, Rezi, comes in. The best pure ATS optimization. While Teal is a complete job search system, Rezi is laser focused on one thing: beating applicant tracking systems, and it does that super well. Forbes actually named it the best resume builder in 2025 specifically for ATS compatibility. That's the lane they own. In terms of easy use, Rezi walks you through a structured setup process. You enter your information section by section, and it scores your resume in real time as you build it. It's straightforward, but it's more rigid than some other tools. You're following their system, which is super intentional because their system is optimized for the ATS. They want to make sure that nothing you do can hurt your chances of getting past the ATS. Here's what makes Rezi different. They have an ATS scoring system that rates your resume on a scale of 1 to 100. And it's not some vague algorithm. It's based on 23 specific factors that real ATS systems look for. Format issues, missing keywords, weak action verbs, lack of quantification, all of it gets flagged in real time as you type. That's the power here. You're not building your resume blind and hoping it works. You're getting immediate feedback. Change a word and the score updates. Add a metric and it updates again. Rezi also has keyword targeting built in. You paste in the job description and it shows you exactly what's missing from your resume. No guessing, it tells you what to add. There's also a job-tailored resume option during setup. You can build your resume specifically for one posting, and Rezi will optimize everything to that job. They've also got AI bullet generation, and it's powered by the latest AI models. But it does work on a credit system. The free plan gives you limited credits, and each generation uses one. Helpful, but you'll burn through them quickly if you're not too careful. For customization, Rezi keeps things minimal by design. You get a handful of clean ATS optimized templates, but you're not going to find a ton of design flexibility here, and that's the trade-off. Maximum ATS compatibility means standardized format. You can adjust sections and content, but fonts, colors, and layouts are largely fixed. When you download, you can download as a PDF on the free tier. The paid plan unlocks Word and .txt exports as well. Useful if you need to paste plain text into an application form. Now, let's talk about the reality of their free tier. You get one resume, 3 PDF downloads total, not per month, total. Once you hit 3, you're done unless you upgrade. The paid plan is $29 a month or $149 for lifetime access. And that's actually a super solid deal, so you can have all your resume data there forever. Here's a side note, they're also super active on Reddit, and I've seen the founder gift it many times. They really care about job seekers and do a great job with that. But when it comes to Rezi, here's the thing. The free tier isn't really meant for ongoing use. It's really more of a trial. If you're serious about using Rezi, you're gonna need to pay. So who's it best for? Is for the corporate job seeker, roles where you know ATS filtering is heavy, companies with big applicant volumes that rely on software to screen resumes. If you're applying to those kinds of jobs, Rezi is gonna give you that edge. It's also good for people who already know what they want to say on their resume. They just need the optimization layer. They need someone to tell them this bullet is weak, this keyword is missing, this format won't parse. Rezi does that better than almost anyone. But what if your career doesn't fit in a neat box? What if you need to tell a story? That's where our next resume builder comes in. Number 3, Enhancv. It's the best for storytelling. Most resume builders help you list experience. Enhancv helps you tell your story. And that's a crucial difference, especially if your career path doesn't fit neatly into little boxes. Here's what I mean. Enhancv has sections that other resume builders don't even think about. Things like life philosophy, most proud of, and my time. A visual breakdown of how you spend your day. These aren't gimmicks. These are tools for people whose value isn't obvious from the job titles alone. Let's say you're making a career transition and your last job title was sales manager, but you're applying to marketing roles. Your job titles don't tell your story, but a section showing what you're most proud of, like launching a content strategy that drove lead generation, well, that's gonna tell your story better. Or maybe you have an employment gap. Traditional resume formats make that gap obvious and maybe a little awkward, but Enhancv lets you frame it. You can include a section about what you learned during that time, how you develop new skills, and how you're ready to contribute now. From a hiring perspective, I care about the narrative. I want to understand who you are and why you're the right fit for this role. Enhancv gives you the tools to make that case in ways that a standard reverse chronological resume can't. For ease of use, Enhancv is pretty intuitive. The drag and drop interface makes it easy to rearrange sections and experiment with layouts. There's a bit of a learning curve compared to more rigid resume builders because you have so many options, but most people get comfortable within 10 to 15 minutes. Now let's talk about the features. First, they have an AI chatbot. You paste the job posting and it gives you tailored suggestions for each section of your resume. It's not just generating generic bullets, it's helping you customize based on the specific role. In terms of AI power, you're getting smart suggestions, but it's more of a guided assistant than a bulk generation tool. Second is weakness detection. This is huge. Enhancv highlights weak bullet points in red. You see it immediately. No guessing. If a bullet is vague or undersells your impact, it gets flagged. And that way you can fix it before you send it out. Third is section flexibility. Drag and drop, rearrange sections however you want. Make your resume reflect what matters most for that particular job. Fourth is a LinkedIn import. You can pull in your LinkedIn profile to save a bunch of time at setup. And remember, your profile should be optimized. If you need to know more about how to do that and how to actually find a job on LinkedIn, you should watch this video after this one. Fifth is design customization. You have control over margins, font color, backgrounds, a lot of control, more than most other tools give you. And if you want your resume to have a distinct visual identity, Enhancv lets you dial that in big time. And sixth is their ATS check. They do have one, but it's only available on their premium plan. So if it's ATS compatibility that's critical for you, you'll either need to upgrade or run your Enhancv resume through a separate checker. Now let's talk about price and a big limitation here. The free tier gives you a 7-day trial and lets you build 2 resumes. You can download them as PDF, but there is a catch. The downloads have an Enhancv watermark on them. And the truth is you can't send a resume with someone else's logo on it to an employer. That just looks unprofessional. So the free tier is really just a way for you to try out the platform. To get a clean, unbranded PDF or Word download, you have to pay. At the time of this recording, it was $29 a month, $59 quarterly, or $99 every 6 months. So who's Enhancv best for? It's for career changers who need to explain a pivot, people with employment gaps who want to frame their story proactively, and anyone with a non-traditional background who needs more than a standard chronological format. If your resume needs to do more than just list jobs, if it needs to tell a story, Enhancv gives you the canvas to do that. Okay, but what if you're in a creative field and your resume is your first portfolio piece? That's where our next resume builder comes in. Number 4 is Canva, the best for creative professionals. Canva isn't actually a resume builder. It's a design tool that happens to have hundreds of amazing resume templates. And if you're in a creative field, design, marketing, content creation, your resume is your first portfolio piece. It needs to look as good as the work you do. And that's where Canva shines. You've got hundreds of visually striking templates to choose from. Modern layouts, bold typography, color palettes that actually look professional. Your resume can stand out in a way that traditional resume builders just don't allow for. For ease of use, Canva is best in class. If you've ever used any design tool, you'll feel immediately at home. Even if you haven't, the drag and drop interface is so intuitive that you can create something really polished in minutes. There's almost no learning curve to speak of. Here's what you can do with Canva. First, there is a massive template library. There are tons of free options. Just avoid the ones with a little crown icon. Those are paid templates and they're going to require you to upgrade to Canva Pro. Second is drag and drop everything. It's incredibly intuitive. Even if you're not a designer, you can make something that looks professionally designed in minutes. Third is full design control. You can change fonts, adjust colors and graphics, tweak the layout, whatever you want. You're not locked into a rigid template like you are with most resume builders. This is maximum customization. Now, that said, be careful because that could create problems on other parts of your job search. Fourth is creating matching materials. You can build your resume, cover letter, portfolio, business cards, all with a cohesive look. And that's powerful for creatives who need a full branded package. And fifth is it's actually free. You can download your resume as a PDF with no watermarks as long as you're using a free template and elements. No Word export on free, but PDF works for most applications anyway. Now here's the big caveat, and it's critical. Canva has 0 ATS optimization. None. It doesn't check if your resume will parse correctly. It doesn't analyze keywords. It doesn't care if an applicant tracking system can read your file. And here's the thing, those beautiful 2-column designs with graphics and custom layouts, they will often break the parsing in an ATS. From my perspective as a hiring manager, I've seen gorgeous Canva resumes content come through the ATS and then they get completely turned into gibberish. I can still see the preview, but the text becomes unparsable and unsearchable. The text gets scrambled, the sections are out of order, and sometimes it can be unreadable. And then when that happens, there's a good chance your resume is gonna get rejected. It doesn't matter how good it looks. I often tell people to focus on the content and not the packaging. But like I said earlier, if you're in a field where the packaging really matters, then Canva is a good choice. Now, in terms of AI features, Canva does have a magic right. It's their AI text generator, but it's a general purpose tool and not resume specific. So it's still gonna be on you to prompt it in the right way. It can help you brainstorm or rewrite text, but it's not analyzing job descriptions or optimizing for ATS keywords. It's one AI tool that's nice to have, but it's not built for the job search. So if you're applying to companies that use an ATS, which is most mid to large companies, Canva could be a little bit risky. But if you're applying directly to a person, if you're in an industry where portfolios really matter more than an ATS, if you're emailing your resume straight to a hiring manager or a creative director, then Canva could be a great option. So who's Canva best for? Designers, marketers, content creators, roles where visual presentation is part of the core skill set, jobs where you're submitting directly to a person, not through an automated system, and freelancers building a brand package. If that's you, Canva gives you design flexibility that traditional resume builders just can't match. But this brings up an important question. How do you know if any resume will pass the ATS? How do you test it before you send it out? And there's actually a tool specifically for that. Number 5, Jobscan. Although Jobscan has a resume builder, it isn't primarily a resume builder. It's a resume checker. They've got well over a decade building a world-class resume checker. And that's actually really valuable because you can use it alongside any other tool on this list to verify your resume will actually pass the ATS. Think of it as spell check, but for ATS compatibility. Here's how it works. You paste your resume into Jobscan. Then you paste the job description, and Jobscan gives you a match score, a percentage showing how well your resume aligns to that specific job posting. But it doesn't stop there. It shows you exactly which keywords you're missing. It breaks down hard skills versus soft skills. It tells you what technical abilities the job is looking for that aren't on your resume yet. And critically, it checks your formatting. It's gonna check if your layout will break when it hits the ATS, or you're using tables or text boxes that the system can't parse. Jobscan flags all those issues for you. And this is tested against real applicant tracking systems like Taleo, Greenhouse, Lever, iSims, the actual software that companies use to collect resumes. So if you built a beautiful resume in Canva, you can just run it through Jobscan before you apply and see if it's gonna survive any kind of ATS issues. If it doesn't, then you can make adjustments. Or if you wrote your resume in Word and you're not sure if it's optimized, Jobscan will tell you exactly what's missing, which keywords to add, which skills to emphasize, and which sections need work. For ease of use, Jobscan is dead simple. You paste text or upload a file, PDF, Word, or TXT, they all work. Paste the job description and hit scan, and you're gonna get results in seconds. There's really almost no learning curve at all. There isn't much resume building or customization here. That's really not the focus of its tool. They have a pure analysis tool. Now, Jobscan does have a resume builder, but that's only a few years old and it hasn't been their main focus, as they're mainly known as a resume checker, and that's where the bulk of their value really comes through. From a hiring manager's perspective, I can tell you this. Resumes that match the job description get interviews. It's really that simple. If I'm hiring for a role and your resume has the exact skills and keywords I'm looking for, then you're probably gonna move forward. Jobscan helps you reverse engineer that exact process. Now let's talk about pricing and limitation. The free tier gives you 5 scans when you sign up, and then 2 scans per month after that. That's not that much. But here's the thing, if you're being strategic with your applications, 2 scans per month could be enough. If you're not mass applying to hundreds of jobs, you're targeting roles that actually fit and you're tailoring your resume to each one, then that will be plenty. 2 scans means 2 targeted applications. That's the approach that works anyway. If you need more, the paid plan is $49.95 per month or $89.95 per quarter. And that includes a 2-week free trial. So who is this best for? Anyone who built their resume somewhere else and want to verify it before sending it out. It pairs perfectly with Canva. You build something beautiful, then check it with Jobscan to make sure it actually works. It's also great if you're applying to corporate roles where ATS filtering is heavy and you want to maximize your match rate. Jobscan doesn't replace a resume builder, but it is an essential verification layer that can save you from sending out resumes that are never going to get seen. Very soon, we're going to make a direct comparison between Jobscan and Teal so you can see the actual differences. Subscribe because you're not going to want to miss it. Now, what if you want a good template and AI help, but you really want to try to keep the price low? Number 6, Kickresume. The best templates plus AI. Kickresume is the sweet spot between design quality and AI writing help. You get over 40 premium templates that actually look professional, not generic, not outdated. They're clean, modern designs that work for corporate roles and creative professionals alike. And it's powered by the latest GPT models for content generation, so you're getting both visual polish and the writing assistant in one tool. But here's a big one. Kickresume is completely free for students. 6 months of premium access if you verify with a student ID. If you're in college or grad school, this is a no-brainer. You get the full premium experience at zero cost. For ease of use, Kickresume strikes a good balance. Their interface is clean and guides you through each section. It's not as hand-holdy as Resumegenius, which we'll talk about next, but it's more structured than Canva. Most users get a finished resume in 15 to 20 minutes. Now let me walk you through their features. First is the AI bullet point generator. You describe what you did in a role and Kickresume writes it professionally, quantifies impact, uses strong action verbs, and frames it the way the hiring manager wants to see it. And if you don't like the first suggestion, you just hit regenerate and you get a fresh batch of options. You're not stuck with one AI output. In total, you're getting AI-powered bullet point generation, summary writing, and content suggestions. 3 core AI tools focus specifically on resume content. Second is the flexible sections. You can rename sections, add custom ones, rearrange them, make the resume fit your experience instead of forcing your experience into a rigid template. Third is their LinkedIn import. You can pull in your profile to speed up the setup process. Fourth is a personal website builder. You can create a portfolio site to go along with your resume. For creatives, consultants, freelancers, anyone who needs an online presence, this is a huge bonus. And fifth, something unique called Career Map. Kickresume analyzes your resume and recommends career paths based on your background. It's not a core feature, but it's interesting if you're exploring what's next for you in your career. For customization, you get a solid range. Choose from their template library, then adjust colors, fonts, and section layouts. It's not as limitless as Canva, but more flexible than Rezi or Resumegenius. You can make it feel like you and your brand while still keeping it professional. And importantly, ATS compatibility. Kickresume's templates are designed to be ATS friendly and the layouts parse correctly, and you're not going to run into formatting disasters like you might with Canva. It's built for both human eyes and automated systems. When you download, you get a PDF on the free tier. Premium unlocks Word and plain text exports as well. Now let's talk about their pricing and what the free tier actually gets you. Free tier gets unlimited downloads, which is great, but you only get access to 4 basic templates. The design customization is limited, and you're not going to get premium templates or the full AI capabilities. The paid plan is $24 per month or $10 per month if you pay yearly. It's one of the most affordable premium options on this list. They also offer human proofreading for $28 if you want a real person to review your resume before you send it out. That's optional, but it's there if you want to get that extra layer of feedback. So who is this best for? Students. Use that free premium access. It's one of the best deals out there. People who want AI help but also care about design. Kickresume does a good job of not making you choose between the two. And for the budget-conscious job seeker who wants premium features without paying Enhancv or Rezi's prices. Kickresume doesn't have all the job search system features that Teal has. It doesn't have laser-focused ATS optimization of Rezi, but it's a solid middle ground option that balances quality, AI assistance, and affordability. And finally, what if you've never written a resume before and you need maximum handholding? That's where our next one comes in. Number 7, Resumegenius. The best for beginners. Resumegenius is the most guided experience on the list. If you've never written a resume before, if you're a student creating your first one, if the blank page is overwhelming, Resumegenius walks you through everything step by step. You almost can't mess it up. It's built for people who need structure and handholding. For ease of use, this is as simple as it gets. Resumegenius holds your hand through every single section. It asks you one question, you answer them, and it builds your resume as you go. There's no blank page staring at you, and it's the lowest friction option on this list for sure. It's really for beginners. Here's how it works. First, they have a pre-written content database with tens of thousands of job-specific phrases. You're not staring at a blank screen and trying to figure out how to describe what you did. You're choosing from phrases that they already have professionally written. You pick your industry, pick your role, and then Resumegenius shows you bullets that fit. You select what applies and then edit as needed and move on. Second, their template recommendations. It doesn't just dump 40 templates on you and say, good luck. It tells you which template fits your background. Entry level, use this one. Experienced professional, use this one. Career changer, here's one that works for you. Third is their AI summary generation. It creates your professional summary automatically based on the information that you've entered. You're not just guessing how to position yourself at the top of the resume. Overall, you're getting two main AI features, the summary generator and smart content suggestions based on the role. It's not as robust as Teal or Kickresume, but for beginners, it's more than enough. Fourth is click to add bullets. Just select what applies to your experience and add it to your resume. The heavy lifting is mostly done for you. For customization, it's a little limited, and that's intentional. You pick a template and fill in the blanks. You can adjust some of the colors, the fonts, but you're not getting the design freedom of Canva or Enhancv. The trade-off is simplicity. Less customization means fewer decisions, which is exactly what beginners need. The templates are ATS friendly. Resumegenius designed them to parse correctly, so you don't have to worry about formatting issues. For someone new to job searching, that's one less thing you're gonna have to worry about. This is designed for people who don't know where to start, and for that audience, it works really well. Now let's talk about their pricing, and this is where you need to pay attention. The free tier lets you build your resume for free, but you can only download it as plain text. No formatting, no design, just raw text. And that's not really usable for an actual job application. You need the formatted PDF or a Word document. To get that, you pay $2.95 for a 14-day trial. And after that, it auto-renews at $23.95 per month. And here's a warning, set a reminder. A lot of people forget about the auto-renewal and get charged without realizing. It's not a scam, it's just how pricing works. So you need to stay on top of it. So who is it best for? It's best for first-time job seekers who have never written a resume, students building their first resume and need structure, or anyone who feels overwhelmed by all the other tools on this list and just wants someone to guide them through the process. Resumegenius isn't the most advanced tool. It doesn't have the job search system features of Teal, and it doesn't have the ATS depth of Rezi. But for beginners, it removes a lot of the intimidation factor. And if that's what you need, it's worth considering. Just watch out for that auto renewal. So here's the bottom line. If you want a completely free tool that actually works long-term, you're looking at Teal or Canva. Everything else either limits you heavily or requires payment to be functional. And if you want more than just a resume, if you want job tracking, application management, keyword optimization, all in one place, Teal is the only tool that does all of that for free. Click the link in the description to try Teal for free today and get a special discount if you're a YouTube subscriber, in case you want to upgrade and try all the best features. You're not going to want to wait. Your next opportunity is just a resume away. All right, thanks, and I'll see you the next time.